All right. So we are live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate you guys taking time out of your schedules to jump on with the team here. We're super excited to be back on with everybody and really hopefully dive into some of the trends that we're seeing as we close out 2022 and look forward to a rockstar 2023. We're really have some big plans going into the next year and going forward. So we're excited to share some of that with you guys today, some of what we're seeing, and hopefully you guys pull some value out of this. If you're not familiar with kind of how we do our roundtables, just to give you a little bit of insight, we'll go over like I said, a brief insight synopsis into what we're seeing, who we are, and what we do. But outside of that, it's on you guys that are attending. We're going to find out just how successful this webinar will be by how interactive we can be. So I challenge you to use the Q&A, utilize the chat as we already see a lot of people doing. I've seen Toronto, I've seen Alaska, I've seen California, I've seen Louisiana, Chicago. I've seen a lot of different places already pop up. So I know we're rocking and rolling for sure. Texas, but just to give you guys, again, some time to get on here. Is there anything that, actually, let's do this. Why don't we go down the line and we'll do a quick intro. Let's start down the end.
So I'm Phil, I'm one of the finance managers here, and any business that is referred into us or just comes to us organically, I'm the one that's working with the lenders and my team under me to ensure that you're getting the best deal possible, whether that's working capital, line of credit, real estate, equipment, anything you need to come to me. And then
very cool. I'm gonna quiz you, Phil, as the finance manager of our new business sales team. Why don't we tell the folks out there today what some of our, I can't hear. Cheryl, can you hear us? Should we just speak up, speak a little louder? Okay, all right, cool. Awesome, very cool. So, as the new business finance manager, what are our top 3 to 5 products that we offer here at Rock Financial?
Perfect. So top 3 to 5 products is working capital loans. That could be anything between 6 months and 48 months. Those are some of the more structured programs. And then we offer line of credit as well, equipment financing, and real estate we can do as well.
Awesome. Very good. Yes, as Phil mentioned, revolving lines of credit has been a very hot product for us.
Very popular at the end of the year, especially with everybody looking for inventory and to get a head start on 2023.
Yeah, I think too, the current climate, right, of the world right now, as far as, the economy goes, I think a lot of people have been starting to take advantage of a line of credit because they may not have a specific need of capital at this very moment, but we're muted, it says.
That's just a notification. Sorry.
Sorry. So what I was just saying is, we're seeing a lot of business owners taking advantage of the revolving line of credit right now. A lot to do with, the economic conditions. They might not have an immediate need of capital today, but just with the uncertainties and not knowing if the capital is going to be available to them in the near future, a lot of them are securing that revolving line of credit so they can tap into it if they need it, but not necessarily have to pay if they're not, using the funds.
And what's even great about that is you might have a need immediately, but not for an immense amount of capital, right? But you also want to be able to weather the storm should it come, right? So if you get $100,000 line of credit, you can use $20,000, $25,000 now and still have that 70, 75, 80,000 on reserve. So it really is, it's a product that meets a lot of needs. Now, what's unique about it is it doesn't service all of them though, right? And that's why we offer so many different products, is because it helps us really fill the gaps for business owners.
Awesome. Yes, that makes total sense. My name is Patrick Manning. I'm the newly appointed CEO here at Rock Financial. Very exciting time for myself and for everybody here at the company. There's a lot of kind of role changes and we're all growing up in front of each other's eyes here. One thing that I would want everybody to know about our company is just about us as, individuals and the reputation that we've been able to establish, but more importantly, maintain in the alternative lending space. Anybody I talk to, I always say that, I am very prideful on our reputation. If you go online and you look up ROK'n Financial, you'll see 5 stars across multiple platforms, thousands of reviews. Sometimes it sounds cheesy to talk about your reviews. I won't, just tell you about it though. I will challenge you to go look it up for yourself because it is real. We worked very hard to get to where we are with our brand and our reputation. But the thing that I always point out that I think is most impressive is, let's call a spade a spade. We're in alternative lending, meaning alternative to bank financing. So we are the more expensive route when it comes to getting capital. And usually people are coming to us after they've been declined from their bank. So you're already kind of in a bad mood about being declined from the bank. Now you're seeing higher cost money. So I think that there's a lot there that could probably put us in a position to where maybe we would see some bad reviews or upset people. But the fact that that's usually how our relationships start, but they still end with a 5-star review, I just think really speaks volume on how we conduct business here. So I think that's something that I would want to be known about the company. If you want to introduce yourself and what's something you would want to be known about the company.
Love it. So I am Tony Cimino. I am newly appointed Vice President of Business Development here at ROK'n Financial. Like Patrick mentioned, it's a very exciting time. And the most important thing to me, honestly, about ROK'n Financial is the team. That would be probably what I would say is the easiest thing to point at as our biggest competitive advantage, is that we are able to work well together because we've been doing it together for so long. And we utilize each other's strengths to really build on the business that we have. We've seen the changes over the years. We've changed the way we've had to do business. We've changed the way we even generate our deals to this point. So, it really, I point back to, like I said, the team, the experience and the knowledge that comes from working with the team, and ultimately sharing that knowledge with our partners, right? Whether that is the referral partners who are on this call, or even the lending partners that we have, right? We have no problem getting on with those people and talking through some of the deals and why they make sense. And they'll hear us out again because of our team and the experience that we have. So I point to the team and the experience that's here that you have access to. That's probably the thing that I think separates us more than anything.
Very cool. And Stud Muffin at the end of the table.
That's right. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Amendola, also newly appointed Vice President of Sales. Very happy to be here today and chop it up with you all.
Greg, why don't you tell everybody today, if you were newly being introduced to ROK'n and you were outside of our organization, what are a few different ways that you could work with ROK'n Financial? We refer to it here as the ROK'n doors. So what are the ROK'n doors that somebody tuning in today for the first time could,
Sure. Absolutely. More than happy to tell you about the ROK'n doors. Knock on them, we'll always answer them. So the first ROK'n door is being a partner with us, and that would be working with Tony and his team. If you are in banking, if you are an accountant, you have clients that need to have some access to alternative financing, whether that's a line of credit, term loan, equipment, any of the various products that we carry, you can refer the deal into us, and one of our professionals will walk through the steps and let your client know what they need. You can also,
before you go into ROK'n door number 2, just to piggyback on being a referral partner for us. The biggest thing for us with being a referral partner, and the biggest thing that we always want to talk about in that conversation is whatever it is that your core business is today, right? If your core business is being in equipment finance or being a business banker, a CPA, and accountant, we always encourage that you stay focused on what your core business is, and we follow the same model here. Our core business is brokering working capital, getting business owners access to cash. So if we have a business owner that comes to us and we help them get cash, but they need a different type of product or service that we do not offer, we would always leverage or monetize on relationships that we have to generate another revenue stream for our business by making that referral over to a professional or an expert in that field and letting them conduct that transaction while we stay focused on our core business. So that's like the biggest, message with our referral partner platform. It's a way for you to really expand, the way that you're able to service your current customer base. generate or establish another revenue stream in your business without having to distract you or your team and your employees from what your everyday core business is. So if you're in equipment finance, you continue to stay focused on equipment finance. But if in your equipment finance journey, you come across a business owner that needs working capital, why would you not try to entertain and partake in that transaction? Maybe if you had to distract away from your everyday business, that might be why you wouldn't do it. But that's why we're here. We have established ourselves and relationships and produce some of the best technology in the industry to where you can log on to our portal, simply enter in a name and a number of that customer that's looking for a service that you don't offer. We'll then, and Phil's and Greg's sales team will reach out, take that client from start to funding, and you would just simply receive a revenue share, for the referral. So you get to still participate and earn on the referral, but all while staying focused on your core business and relying on us, the experts in that particular field, which in this case would be working capital. So, that's a big part of being a referral partner for us. Tony, what are some of our, when it comes to our referral partners, some of our best partners, what's their background? What do they do?
They're in, like you kind of touched on a couple of them, CPAs, banking, professionals around those that are working with business owners are usually who we target, I guess you could say, to be a referral partner. But some of our best partners I've noticed this year are coming from like the marketing industry.
Just gonna say, it's not always the finance professional.
No. I was gonna say the mortgage industry and those like in and around even some real estate, right? If you're dealing with professionals, whether it's on the personal side or the professional side, you may be able to create this stream for yourself. It really just depends on what your understanding of who you're working with is, and if it is something that you see value in adding, right? Not everybody, it doesn't make sense. We're not for everybody, right? But at this time, there are a lot of people looking for unique ways to continue to help their customers. But also, like you mentioned, add that extra revenue stream that may be able to, let's face it, turn the lights on or enhance your marketing budget so you can do more business in your business, right? If you can generate more of your own customers because you have a revenue stream coming in that's supporting your marketing efforts for the customers that you work with, does that make sense? Listen, I don't know what everybody's scenario is, but I can tell you the people that take advantage of Rock Financial, the reason that they do so is because it actually helps their business. It's not so much the revenue stream. Yes, the revenue stream is obviously important, and that's what makes it worth it in the long run, but it's more about the value that it's able to bring them in either saving the time or enhancing the relationships that they have with their customers.
Yeah, absolutely. Greg, give us another rock door number 2. So rock door number 1 is being a referral partner, whether in marketing, finance professional, referring your client or a lead over to us for us to work and help that business owner get funding.
Yep.
Rock door number 2.
Rock door number 2 is to be on the Rock U, which is our outside sales platform. If you are working with business owners on a day-to-day and you want to perhaps, start helping these business owners with obtain financing, we will teach you and coach you on how to work the deal, work with partners, generate partners to bring in that deal flow, and obviously help business owners get access to lines of credit, term loans, equipment, and all the other various products that we offer.
Rock doors number 1 and 2, whether you're being a referral partner or you're actually participating on our sales team on the remote sales platform. What's interesting about those is they overlap, right? It's the same individual that can be one or the other. It's just a matter of how much you want to be involved, right? Whether it's you have an interest of being a referral partner or a salesperson because your everyday business has access to business owners, right? Or are you just a motivated individual that's looking for another opportunity? You have a skill set, whether that skill set be networking and cold calling and speaking to business owners, or maybe that skill set is having a marketing background or understanding social media and having the the grind mentality and the know-how to go out and generate leads. Now, once you generate that lead, maybe your skill set is social media, right? Like, hey, I grew up in the social media era. You guys have a great brand. I can market the heck out of this. I can generate a bunch of leads. Well, great. Now that you're generating those leads, now what do you want to be? Do you want to be the referral partner that just sends us that lead and we take it from start to finish and just pay you a referral fee? Or do you want to be somebody that actually stays hands-on in that transaction and actually conducts the sale and obviously earns in a commission manner, just like an internal salesperson would here?
Yeah, and I think it really comes down to the question you have to ask yourself is, do you want to be a loan broker? Right? Because like you touched on before about being a referral partner is you can stay focused on your core business. Listen, if you're looking for the next thing or you're looking for something that, hey, I'm looking to fill multiple hours a day where I can really dedicate myself to learning something, that's ROK'n, right? That's where you fit more on that side. It's where you are looking to build something for yourself. And that's what's unique about ROK'n is you get access to all of our training, all of our support, all of the knowledge and lenders that we have to bring to the table, but you're building something for yourself,
Absolutely.
right? And that's a knowledge base of your own. That's a skill set in being able to sell alternative financing and understanding the industry. So that's where I really think you want to, if you're starting to ask yourself, should I do this or should I do that? That's the question you want to ask yourself is, listen, do I have time to be a loan broker, right? Like, and if you do, listen, it's a great industry. We're all in it.
Yes, absolutely. I am seeing a lot of interest in the chat right now about ROK'n. We can get a URL out to everybody today with some generalized information on ROK'n. Yes, ROK'n is about, being a loan officer, right? So somebody said you're looking for loan officers. Absolutely. We're looking for anybody that's willing and wanting to work with us, whether that be as a referral partner, going through ROK'n and learning from, Phil and Greg and Tony on, learning about the products that we offer and the lenders that carry out these products and the industry that we participate in, and general sales interest and sales training, and
and the support, right?
Yeah, you get a dedicated point of contact, you get a dedicated sales manager, constant sales masterminds, live trainings. ROK'n for a reason, start to finish. We teach you the industry, the products, the sale, the process. And not only that, but the biggest thing that we haven't talked about with ROK'n is our own proprietary lead generation software. Almost lost my magnet there.
You got so excited.
Yeah, I got so excited about our own proprietary lead generation software, which we refer to as Boost. Boost stands for the Broker-Oriented Origination Success Tool. And basically, it's our own technology that we've built and perfected over the last 8 years. And by working with Boost, we basically, plug you into this technology, which will, on your behalf, help you generate a network of referral partners that could drive traffic to you and basically build you a sustainable business where you could earn a passive income, residual earnings, work from anywhere, be your own boss. Something really cool that we offer exclusively through ROK'n. Again, that's not a software that we went and found or is available to anybody else. It was actually built by the four of us sitting here in this room, and then with the help of our team, perfected and critiqued over the years. But that's something that that we have a very strong hold on at the moment, is that lead generation software. Really quick though, sorry, just if you are interested in ROK'n, why don't we have you send an email right now to info@rok.biz and just in the subject line write ROK'n. So again, info@rok.biz, info@rok.biz. Tony will put that in the chat right now. And just in the subject line, just put ROK'n. And then we'll know that you are interested in more information on ROK'n. We'll send you out the URL. It's a landing page that you could just kind of get some more basic info. Another thing with ROK'n and referral partners is we are going to be going on tour this year. So in 2023, we are going on our very first ROK tour. We are renting a tour bus, true story. And we're going to be going on tour, and we're going to pop up in about 7 or 8 different cities across the U.S. this year to host networking events to talk about the different ways that you could align yourself to work with us at ROK Financial and generate an income for yourself, right? Be your own boss, start your own business. join a high-powered sales team with large commission potential. No, not Rock University.
This is the Rock View.
Yeah. This is the Rock View.
So, and then I'm going to cut Greg off for a second and answer for him. Greg's going to tell you that Rock Door number 3 is our enterprise platform.
Can I jump in for 1 second on the Boost thing? I just want to point out that Boost is probably our biggest kept secret. Right? Like, I think we blew over that a little quick. Like, Boost is something that all 4 of us use to build our own networks and our own system in this industry, right? So I think that's really what's important about the Rock U thing, is getting access to that technology. Really just comes, and I'm sorry, I tried to interrupt before.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no, the Boost is huge. That's an exclusive through Rock U. So, as a referral partner, if you are referring in traffic to us, you're generating that traffic on your own. If you're coming in through Rock U, that's where we're giving you access to Boost, and we're helping you generate that traffic, training you on how to service those leads, how to get them funded, how to earn, and start a career here in loan brokering. The third door was going to be the enterprise platform. And that's for people that are maybe a little bit more established already in alternative lending. Maybe you have a brokerage, you're starting a brokerage, you've been dabbling your feet a little bit already in alternative lending. Being an enterprise partner of ours, obviously, it doesn't come with Boost because you are your own platform, you're your own business already, you're generating your own traffic, but maybe you just need some help with like access to exclusive products and lenders. So we allow you to align yourself in a way that you're
totally representing yourself.
Totally representing yourself. You're totally separate from us. You're your own brand, your own organization, but maybe there's just certain products that you don't have access to, or certain lenders that you don't have access to. So you want to align yourself with a broker like Rock that has been doing this for 15 years and is on board with a lot of the lenders that today have shut down, ISO signups and aren't taking on new relationships. So there's a lot of really cool exclusive products that we have access to. Working capital, all you need is 3 months of bank statements to get approved. Monthly payments, multi-year terms, single digit, factor rates. These are exclusive products that are genuinely only available to maybe 5 to 10% of brokers that exist in the nation today, and that might even be a little friendly of that. So hey, you could be a referral partner. You can join our sales team, get access to Boost, go through Rock U, get the training, or maybe you're already up and running, but you just want access to some more products, and you want to kind of leverage us in that sense. That's our enterprise platform. So those are the 3 Rock doors. But if you want to just kind of jump back to Boost and kind of speak a little bit more on that.
No. I just wanted to make that one point about how that's kind of the secret sauce, right? Like we took a look at what works for Rock, and what can we turn around and provide back to the industry. That was where that came from. So it's a great way to really dive in with us, right? Like we took a look at the way we operate our business in terms of the partnerships that we have and said, all right, well, what more can we bring to the table? And this is where we opened up a couple more doors, as you say, right? So I think what's unique about us is we're looking for more ways to do more business, as everybody else is kind of looking for ways to kind of bring things in. So I think that's what kind of separates us from everybody else, to be honest.
Absolutely. In a nutshell, what we've done over the past 15 years is just establish an extremely automated and streamlined application process for funding. So we've made it very easy for business owners to not only apply but to access capital through us. Once we nailed and established an easy route for people to access capital, then we wanted to do the same thing where to really create, using top of the line technology, a super simple experience to leverage that process that we've created and be able to either refer your customer to us or bolt on to us and learn this industry through our training, through our lead gen practices. So a lot of our focus has just been, how do we continue to improve our technology and our internal processes to make it easier for anyone in the country that is interested in working with us. Just make it easy and to kind of bridge that gap and allow for that relationship to flourish. I did see a question in there about, is there a monthly fee for ROK'n? So I just want to be very clear. When we talk about ROK'n, right, we're talking about training you on sales, the industry, the products, teaching you lead gen. There's a lot of fantastic platforms today that exist that will do a lot of the same thing. What's a little bit different about us is that, because we are a brokerage ourselves, our first layer of interest to have a ROK'n is to genuinely grow our sales team. So this is not a revenue stream for our business. It is not something that we're doing to look to charge for or make money. However, when you do come into ROK'n, we're going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give you 5-star training, best-in-class support, and we don't want to waste our time with those that aren't invested in themselves. So is there a monthly fee? No, there's not. But we have identified certain things that you'll need in this business to be successful, and we do require that you invest in yourself and activate those different tools in order to be successful. So if you come to us and you're like, hey, I want to be in ROK'n, yeah, I'm not going to charge you to be in ROK'n. That's not an interest of mine. But if you're going to be in ROK'n, I do want to see you buck up and invest in the tools and resources that you're going to need to be successful. If you're not willing to spend $100 or $200 to have the tools that you need to be successful, then you're never going to take this serious enough for us to take our time to give you that best-in-class service. I'd rather reserve our time and our energy for those that are taking the opportunity serious and are willing to invest in those tools to ensure their success.
No, you couldn't have hit the nail any harder on the head. When it comes to being in business, it's all about what are you reinvesting into the business in terms of sustaining that business, right? Yeah. What comes easy goes easy. If it was, if it was free, excuse me, and you could just breeze through it and you didn't have to invest in it, what are you actually getting out of it then, right? You are going to put time into this thing. That's the other thing I want to be sure that you have to invest, right? Because when you're learning anything for the first time, you have to be willing to put your pride aside and say, hey, I don't really know what's going on here, so I need to take some time to really learn it. And in this industry, the only thing that teaches you is experience. You need to learn from your declines. You need to learn from the mistakes that are made, and you need to learn from the successes that you have, right? So that's really what it comes down to, is if you have the time, if you're willing to make the investment, then yeah, ROK'n is for you, yeah. And if not, we have plenty of other doors available for you. Gotcha. And that's really just kind of the cusp of everything that we kind of have prepared for you guys today.
Well, I do want to get the anchors involved here a little bit. Okay. So, just kind of moving away from, who we are, what we're about, how you can align yourself to work with us and the products that we offer. We did want to just kind of, chop it up a little bit today and provide some insight, right? We're in this business. We are producing, roughly $20 to $25 million a month in unsecured, financing for business owners. We're doing that across close to 1,000 transactions a month. So we're seeing a lot of deals, a lot of packages, a lot of people coming through here. We're working across a few different products, 75 different lenders. So we are in a seat where we're seeing a lot of trends. And I think that, we wanted to maybe spend 5 minutes today, and this is where I'll kind of get, Greg and Phil involved here a little bit. But everyone's talking about, the economy and are we in a recession, and how is it affecting our product, and what is the bank doing? So, Phil, I'll start with you. Right now, we're in a time where, inflation is up. The stock market has taken a beating. A lot feel like we're already in a recession, or we're certainly headed towards a recession. How has that affected traditional lenders? When I talk traditional lenders, I'm talking the Chase, the Wells Fargo, the Bank of America of the world. How do they react in a climate like we're entering today?
It's a good question. So today I actually had a conversation with someone who was at one of the local banks, and they were mentioning that their guidelines have tightened up due to what's going on. The Federal Reserve is raising the rates, and they actually need collateral, or needed collateral on that, where a lot of the programs that we offer don't need the real estate collateral backing that. And even though those rates are changing and going up, it's not really affecting what we do, and it's making it easier to get financing. Right now with the recession, or everyone's talking about a recession right now, everyone should be looking at it as an opportunity. There's opportunity out there to grow your business, take advantage. We talked about a line of credit earlier. That's a great product to, if you see an opportunity, pounce on it. Don't wait. And like I said, the rates really are not affecting as much what we're doing.
In an economy like this, would you say that risk amongst, underwriters and lenders, is risk up or is risk down at the moment?
Risk is definitely up right now, but the products are still there, available. The lenders are willing to underwrite every file and look to make an opportunity happen for you guys and for your clients.
Yeah.
So the risk is definitely through the roof right now. Whatever you see on the news, that's what they're going based on.
And even in a good economy, yep, right, when risk is down, is it easy to get a loan from the bank or difficult?
Great question. It is not easy to get a loan from the bank. It is usually difficult. And even the timing could be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, a lot of paperwork. Sometimes a lot of the paperwork that's being done is with a CPA or with someone who's working on a lot of other things and cannot necessarily get your tax return or financials if we need it at that time.
Even in a great economy where risk would at that point, right, be low because everybody is successful and things are moving in the right direction. The kind of the economy that we moved away from in the past few years here, even during those times, it's extremely difficult for business owners to access capital through their traditional bank, right? So now when you start to enter an economy like we're in now, where, we're talking recession, risk is up, businesses of some sorts could be struggling a bit, it's only going to be even more difficult to get a loan from the bank, right? Because now risk is up. It was already, hard to get a loan from the bank. They were already looking for the 700 plus credit score, the 5 years time in business, all financials in order, owning the building that you're operating out of. There was already so many hoops you had to jump through to get a loan directly from your bank. In an economy like we're seeing today, it's only going to be that much harder to access capital at a traditional lender. So what we're actually seeing in our industry as an effect of this is we're seeing a lot of borrowers that maybe at one point might not have entertained alternative lending because they did have the option to go to the bank. Today, that option is no longer on the table. So we're seeing a lot of borrowers that maybe at one point didn't have to entertain alternative lending are now entering the space. So we're seeing a much higher quality borrower because now they're one step out of bank financing coming down. So our average FICO of borrowers has increased in the past 6 months to a year. About a year ago, our average FICO in our CRM was around a 640. Today, it's a 720. So that just really goes to show you the types of borrowers that are entering our space right now. But another super interesting thing that Phil pointed out was the rates, right? The Fed rate is up, okay? So bank financing today is more expensive than it's been, heck, maybe in my lifetime. I'm 33 years old. I'm certainly, no fossil, but no spring chicken either. This is probably the most expensive that business, financing has been through traditional lenders. So that's another thing leading to the borrowers that are currently entering our space is that one, that bank loan that was available right now might not be available to them because it's a risky time, but also when you look at the cost of bank money right now and the inundated old school process and how long it takes and the scrutiny they want to put you through to get that loan, now you look at alternative lending, the cost isn't so different today because alternative lending, the cost has stayed the same. Our industry right now has not been affected by the rate going up. If anything, we're seeing terms go out longer in a lot of ways, costs come down. So we're kind of holding still or even getting more competitive in some ways. And the bank is only getting more and more expensive. So alternative lending today, it's a hot topic, right? So again, just to peel back to that referral partner conversation or that remote sales rock you conversation, no time like the present to get involved. It's certainly a good time. All right, so we asked Phil about just kind of what's going on. So now speaking on this, right? We talked about with Greg. We talked about traditional lenders are tightening up. We're seeing more opportunity in alternative lending. What are you seeing though? What changes are you seeing with alternative lenders, right? So maybe cost is kind of staying still. We are still seeing cost be competitive, but we are seeing some changes. You want to kind of speak on that a little bit, on the changes that we're seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the changes, they are in effect. So some of the lenders are, starting to look at that risk and seeing what's going on. So maybe they're not going out, as long a term as, let's say, 24 months. Maybe they'll curb their risk just a bit and maybe look to lend on 18 months versus 24. Depending on certain industries that they're seeing that is the economy has really started to affect certain industries. Maybe they won't lend as much or as high as they would have in months prior when the economy was rocking and rolling last winter into the spring. Into this time. So maybe they'll limit that dollar amount and see how they perform, see if they start to pay a little bit better before extending the highest dollar amount that they once would.
Yep, absolutely. I do see some questions in there about our most popular products and the best industries to target. For years, our strongest product has been straight working capital. That is what we specialize in. We have 75 different lenders on the platform. We can cover 5 different buckets of risk, from A paper to D paper, first position through third position. We don't really like to go too much past third position, because at that point you have to really ask yourself, are you doing the borrower any favors? We want to make sure that any transaction that we're participating in, the number one thing that's always a focus to us is, does it benefit the business owner, right? Again, just goes back to the beginning of our conversation about our reputation and how we're viewed in this business. Our sales team is not afraid to ask the tough questions, speak to the business owners about their opportunities, and make sure that this fund, this type of financing is right for them. Because it does nobody no good if it's not the right product and it winds up hurting the business. Our lender is not going to enjoy that experience. The business owner is not going to enjoy that experience. And we're smart enough to know that without the business owners and without the lenders, we don't exist. So we always lead with our best foot forward and trying to get everybody, the best product that's out there. So working capital is our absolute strongest product. Followed by equipment financing, and then any types of specialty financing, whether that be an account receivable line, an AR line, a revolving line of credit. Those are definitely more of our core products, and then dabbling into some SBA. We talked about industries, so it's actually funny. So somebody asks, what are the best industries to target, and which industries are at the highest risk, right? And it's funny because the answer is kind of the same on both sides. Our strongest industry, or industries that we work with, is, number 1 and 2 is transportation and construction. Those are the highest population of our clients that we work with are typically in the transportation or the construction industries. However, during the current conditions that we're experiencing, those 2 industries are also, experiencing a bit of a hardship. Gas prices and the cost of, materials and lumber have gone through the roof. They really haven't come down. There's still a lot of delays in the supply chain that affects those industries directly. So although they are our 2 top industries that we work with, they're also 2 industries that face some of the biggest potential threats and challenges at the moment.
Just to jump in, right? And I think a lot of our partners, I always go to the partner side of things and what their perspective is. I think a lot of them work with us because we do kind of help in some of those industries where others might not have the best services or the best products, right? Like, I even think about even some of the more even high risk industries than that, like the cannabis industry. I know as an industry, we only do a handful of fundings a year, but
that's a question right now. If we offer financing for them, and we do offer, financing for the cannabis industry. It's become much more mainstream today than it's ever been. So if we were ever going to have options, it's now. And we've probably been funding cannabis. We were a part of a team that created a cannabis funding product, the cannabis loan. We were a part of a team that had put that product together years ago. That probably dates back to like 2017, 2018. So we've been funding the cannabis industry for some time now.
Yep, and we even worked with a bank who was providing deposit accounts to cannabis businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually worked with a local bank that, like Tony just said, was doing checking and savings accounts for cannabis business. But again,
I was just making the point that sometimes those tough to get into industries are where some of our best partnerships and relationships start. It's because we do have experience in those industries, and I always joke nobody's an industry guru in cannabis just yet because it is so new. But you start looking at percentages, and you talk about how many cannabis businesses there are. I mean, there's not that many when you start talking about cannabis versus construction companies nationwide, right? So to see it still being part of the business that we're doing tells you that we're able to get unique deals done when there's a deal to be had.
Yep, absolutely. So it was industries, products. I see a question in there about what are the requirements. Oh, so here, I'll cover this one. There was one question about what are the requirements to fund a business owner. And there was another question about, can you go up a little bit?
Yeah,
it was what's required. And then there was one more about, I got it. So what's required? And then somebody else asked about, do we make our decisions off of financials or just the bank statements? So the first question is what's required? Minimum requirements to be approved for a working capital loan would be $5,000 per month in total deposits. So that's a business that's doing at least $60,000 annually. Now, keep in mind, that's the minimum barrier for entry. Our core client has 2 years time in business and is doing $1 million a year in sales, roughly $83,000 a month. That's like our core client. But, the minimum requirement to be approved is $5,000 per month or $60,000 annually. And 6 months time in business. So if you have 6 months time in business, or if you have a client that has 6 months time in business, $5K a month in deposits, they are hitting the two main factors to be approved for a business loan. And then as far as how do we make our decision, it really all depends. A lot of the times, yes, the first thing we're looking at is the bank statements. However, when you get into fundings that exceed, $100,000 or $125,000, at that point, we will want to take a little bit of a deeper look. So we may get into like a profit and loss or a balance sheet, something, self-generated through QuickBooks typically, will suffice. We're not looking at like audited financials. And again, our transaction speed is 1 to 3 business days. A lot of the times right now, when we get the necessary documents, 3 months of bank statements and an application, we can have that business owner approved within, 30 minutes to an hour. And then once we have that approval, it's really as quick as the borrower can move. Once that approval is secured, if the borrower, can execute the agreement and send over any final stipulations, a lot of times that deal will fund the same afternoon that it was approved.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it really all comes down to the timing of the borrower.
Yeah, we can work as quickly as you can once we have you approved. Somebody asked about like the pay structure for the 3 different ROK doors. Just to kind of explain that, if you're a referral partner, right, you're referring in a name and a number to us, and then you're leveraging our sales team to do all the work. They're going to reach out to the borrower. They are going to collect all the necessary documents. They're going to secure the approval. They're going to pitch the deal. They're going to get it closed and funded. So as a referral partner, you are splitting the commissions with our sales team here. If you act as the salesperson, well, then obviously you don't need to split that commission because you are the salesperson. And then the last door, which is like the enterprise platform, you are really barely leveraging us. So that's obviously going to be the bulk of the commission would go towards an enterprise platform. So all 3 platforms have a extremely strong potential for earning, but it's just, it's kind of, it's very straightforward, right? If you're just referring the name and the number and you're relying on us to close it for you, naturally, you're going to have to share that with the person that does close it. So you're going to make a little bit less being the referral partner. If you're the salesperson yourself and you have the time to go through RockU and learn how to sell and attend our masterminds and be a part of our sales team and utilize Boost and generate leads, well then, yeah, for sure. Now you are the salesperson and you're going to earn, you're not splitting the commission. So obviously you're earning a little bit more there. Awesome. See if there's any other questions that had come in. And we obviously want to be respectful of everybody's time.
We also have questions in the Q&A, some people that
are
stacking up. There was one, you kind of touched on it, but this question's a little bit more direct. It says, after we submit a client, how long before they should hear from somebody on the team? So it's a little different than, I know you just went over what to expect once you've kind of, giving all your information. But as far as that goes, just so you guys are aware, we're constantly working to fund these businesses, right? So if you submit a client during normal business hours, we're going to be on that within 5 to 15 minutes at the absolute most, right?
Yeah. Instantly, they do get a link from us where they can schedule a call at a time that's convenient for them. So the second you submit a referral, instantly they're hearing from us. And then from there, as far as a live person reaching out, like Tony said, within 5 to 7 minutes, somebody's going to be sending an email, a text message, a phone call, and a combination of all three.
Yep. And that's just so you can reach back out to us whenever it is fit for you.
Our sales style is like the boy in class that won't stop texting you. We are going to be all over that lead like white on rice.
And our team is in early, 7:30, 8 a.m. Eastern, and we're here late as well, 8, 9, 10 o'clock Eastern at night.
I actually left here at 5 o'clock this morning. So we'll even work through the night at times. We have guys that are here till 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. Like I said, I spent the night in this office yesterday. So we are certainly dedicated to calling the referrals. That's you know what, that might be something important to point out. Here's something that you might not know about Rock Financial. 100, not 99, not 95, not 92, 100% of the business that we fund comes from referral. So it would be cutting off our nose to spite our face, getting on this webinar, talking to our partners, adding the 400 partners a month that we add if we weren't going to call your referral, because our entire business model is based around you, the referral partner, or you, the individual that's interested in working with us and promoting our products. So just want to put that out there that, it's important that you know that about us, that our whole business is structured around servicing anybody from the outside that is interested in working with us in whatever manner that might be. Being a salesperson, being a referral partner, being an enterprise partner, whatever that may be.
I see a couple questions popping up in the chat. We've seen the question and you kind of touched on it a little bit, but just to kind of go over it directly, as far as startups go, right? Startup is probably one of the most wishy-washy words in the world at this point. Shark Tank ruined that for everybody. You could do $10 million a year and people think they're a startup these days. But as far as startups go at Rock, like Patrick mentioned, just so everybody understands, for us, we need $5,000 per month or $60,000 annually and at least 6 months in business. So if you are less than that, unfortunately, we don't have any help for you at this time. But if you meet that minimum criteria, you could still be viewed as a startup according to today's definition.
Yeah, it's for us, we look at startup as pre-revenue, meaning you don't have that $5,000 per month in deposits. We've tried our butts off over the years to establish relationships with companies that could offer startup funding. And honestly, it's brought more trouble on than we were able to help, because, you don't want to give a business owner, especially somebody that's got a dream to start up a business. Like, we really respect that. We respect that time in people's lives when they're getting out of their comfort zone and they're looking to start that business and kind of, bet on themselves and take that risk. And when you crack that door open and you give somebody a glimmer of hope and then you're not able to come through for them, it can be super deflating, and it hurts us, and it hurt us to have to be a part of that. Right. So we just made the decision to, we have to, as much as we want to help everybody out there and we have a heart for everybody looking to start a business, so we commend you. If somebody's telling you not to do it, I call bullshit. I say, fuck them. Go do it. Go build that business. Believe in yourself. I had people tell me not to start a business, and it would have been the worst thing I ever did by listening to them. But unfortunately, when you are starting up a business, it can be very difficult to find the funds that you need, to get that business started. So we don't want to waste anybody's time. We don't want to pump hopium into your bloodstream. We want to be real, for good and bad, right? If we can help you, but then great, we can help you, but we're going to tell you the cold hard facts. We're not going to hide the cost of the money. We're not going to hide if there's fees associated to the deal. We're not going to hide, when you can access more money or what's going to happen after you pay that loan back. We're going to give you the real information. And if that's what you're looking for, is for people to treat you real and give you the facts for good or bad, you're on the right webinar. If you're looking for someone to fluff you, you got the wrong crew. It's just not in our blood. We wouldn't have the reputation that we have if that's how we operated, and sometimes it sucks to have the hard conversation, but we learned that, it's, the directness, you can save a lot of time with people just by being very real with them. As much as they might be let down that you can't help them, they tend to respect the fact that you're not just kind of sending them on a wild goose chase,
Yeah.
So that's the way that we operate. And Tony said it before, we're not for everybody. And we are so comfortable with that. We genuinely are, we're not going to run around and try to be a chameleon and bend and twist ourselves in 70 different directions to try to service everybody, because we're going to lose focus on who we are and what we're great at. So we just got to stay true to that. We have to stay true to our customer base and our partner base, and exactly right. Be a straight shooter and give it to people real. And we feel like that's been the number one driver to our success, because that's the number one driver to our reputation, is the realness. And the reputation is our representation of who we are, and it's driven by the realness.
Yeah, absolutely. The most important thing that you kind of touched on a little bit earlier was that reputation side of things, right? Like when it comes down to it, we do 100% of our business through partners. Like you said, if we weren't straight shooters, you would hear about it. It would,
exactly right.
It would just not like this snowball effect that has taken place would never have taken place.
Absolutely.
Right. At the end of the day, it's because the info that we see, we turn around and we tell you guys what we're seeing. We don't have access to all the business owners. It's you guys on the call that do, and we're smart enough to say to you guys, hey, this is what we're seeing when you send us that business. Right. And that's the truest way that I can explain it to you guys, is we're going to give you the information to go out there and be dangerous with, right? Like you have the relationships, you have the ability to generate the business that you're already doing. Latching on to ROK should be something that you see as adding on, or something that you can do as like a dedicated thing. We wouldn't want to take away. We only want to add on to what you're currently doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We really appreciate that, Candace. It's partners like you that make us, who we are. So we really do appreciate the vote of confidence there. Anybody asking how to partner with us, our website is www.rok.biz, ROK.biz. Www.rok.biz. As soon as you get on the website, you'll see a button in the top right corner that says become a partner. Click that button. The rest is history from there. Fill out a short form. Tony's team will be in touch. And like Tony said, with the way the internet, operates, and the way that people use it today, and how big reviews have come, people won't go online and buy a paperclip without looking for reviews, right? So if we didn't mean what we say and we didn't stick by our word and do the things that we say we do, you would go on Google and you would just see bullshit looking like a CVS receipt, just straight down the line, So the truth of the matter is it speaks volume. Our reputation is great, but think about how we built that reputation with the product that we offer, which we said is more expensive than traditional financing in a world today where everybody wants to jump online and give you their negative experience. Take that all into consideration and then jump on Google and read our reviews and it's real, and that's what it's all about.
And ultimately, I tell you to put our reviews up against those that are out there, right? Like at the end of the day, I know our reputation speaks for itself, and so do our partners, right? You're going to see a lot of those reviews are from people that may be just like you, whether it's another business banker or another business consultant or somebody in funding. You're going to see a lot of people that have a lot of similar stories about how they're utilizing this to reach more clients or fund more deals or just really get more across the line. So, that's really what I kind of point at is, hey, a lot of those reviews are from people just like the people on this call.
Somebody keeps on asking who keeps the 4K or who gets the 4K.
I'm confused by that.
Yeah, I'm confused by that. Are we offering like a $4,000 present raffle to webinar people today or something? Or
I think somebody gave an example.
Nobody told me that, so that's coming out of their paychecks.
Yeah. Here we go. Loan amount 50,000. Commission would be 5K. Referral partner would get 1,000. That would be the 4,000. I would assuming that.
Yeah, but a $50,000 commission.
$50,000 loan.
Okay, $50,000 loan with a 5K commission.
Yes.
If the referral partner got 20% of the 5K, it's $1,000.
Correct. And then I think that's where's the 4K going.
Okay. So if now our referral partners, right? 20 might be like around an average of what we pay out, but it all depends on the traffic that you refer to us. The more traffic, the more business that you do, the higher earning potential there are. We have bonus plans. So, we have a lot of referral partners that earn very strong within our referral partner platform.
We pay a few $100,000 a month in referral fees.
Yeah. How much do we pay in referral fees?
About $400,000 a month.
In referral fees.
Yeah,
so that just
about
gives you
$100,000 a week. You don't remember about when we had to increase the line?
That's right. Our bank called us. We had to increase the line so that we could about how much we were allowed to ACH on a weekly basis, which was a very good problem to have.
Yeah. Except for the week that it happened.
Yeah, except for the week that it happened because it caused a delay. But in a scenario where there's a $5,000 commission and a referral partner is being paid 20% of that, then yes, that referral partner would be paid $1,000. So there's $4,000 left over. Well, again, the referral partner only referred the name and the number. So we had a salesperson here that had to close that. So the salesperson also has to get paid. So that comes out of the 4,000, right? Obviously, ROK makes money. So it just, again, it depends on how you participate in the deal. If you're the referral partner, you're splitting that commission with more people than you would if you close the deal yourself, which is why I don't care how you work with us. You can work with us either way. If you don't like that referral partners make less money, then I say to that, join ROKU and be the salesperson and close it yourself. Being a salesperson, it's not that it's better commission. That shouldn't be said. It's just the fact that you don't have to split it with another salesperson.
And the one thing I will point out about that is if you are in ROKU, just so everybody is aware how this works, right? Like get it right the first time. If you are in ROKU, most of the deals we're going to teach you to generate will come through referral partnerships. Right. Your referral partners get paid off the top line, right? So if you're a referral partner, you're paid first, right? So that $5,000 commission is basing that 20% right off of that top line. Now, if you were the sales rep in that scenario, you would only be paid over the 4,000 off of the 4,000 that's left over once we paid the referral partner, right? Correct. So I do want to be very clear that, hey, yes, you might see a couple more points on the number itself, but you could potentially earn more as the referral partner. We're a volume-based business, whether you're talking sales seat or referral partner seat, you're going to look to see deals. You're going to earn more on some deals and less on others. That's just the nature of the beast. We teach you how to get all the deals done. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, and UWC Corp, I just see the name on Zoom, but they really just summed it up. ROK has allowed us to focus on volume. We appreciate it, and we can access the products that we cannot as a referral partner. So, what I take from that is, they obviously, UWC Corp clearly has their core business. They tend to stay focused on that core business. But when opportunity presents itself in their core business for an outside product, they're leveraging us to obviously go and get that done for them. It's allowing them to focus on volume and earn more money and stay focused on their core business while leveraging us, to fill the gaps. That's all we do. We just want to fill the gap. There's no egos in this room, right? No. Like we're all losers, there's no egos here, right? We're all equal. Like at the end of the day, we're just happy to build relationships where we're people, right? Yeah. We go to every trade show in the industry. We love to shake hands. We, love to jump on planes and just go meet people to play golf or sit down and have a drink or enjoy a meal together. We are people, and we run a really clean, reputable business with a great internal process, a super educated sales team. And however you want to leverage us, you do that. If you want to, work some deals on your own and refer other deals to us. If you want to close some, refer some. If you want to refer all, close all. We are not forcing anybody to work with us or be anything specific. We just have a lot of confidence in what we do. We offer a really unique product. We have a great service, great customer service. We can genuinely be helpful to you. And if you see value in us, please give us a shot. And if you don't see value in us, that's perfectly fine too. We wish you the best of luck in what you do, and we'll see you out there. And hopefully you don't run into us on the front line.
Oh man, it's it's so unique how a lot of partners use us so differently, right? And you can kind of see it in the questions that are asked, some of the responses that are even prompted from the questions being asked. But the one thing I do want to point out, guys, is it's already 3 p.m. here on the East Coast.
Candace has 2 questions. Let's give Candace her questions.
All right. Go to the Q&A. Sorry.
She asked so politely, you can't let that go.
She asked about after I submit a client, how long should I tell them before we reach out? We answered that one.
Within minutes. Yep. Yeah, Candace, if you submit a client to us, tell them that we should be reaching out to them within minutes. They're also going to get an automated link from us, allowing them to schedule a call with us at a time that's convenient for them. So just know, Greg and Phil, they manage the sales team. The 2 guys on the ends here, they are very much on top of it. If your client doesn't get a call here and scream for Greg or Phil. They'll get on it.
Or Tony, because then I will scream at Greg and Phil to make sure that they're on. No, I'm just kidding. And then she asked, can you go over the qualifications for a line of credit? So one of our sales leaders want to jump in?
Sure. Line of credit is a great product.
Speak up, Phil. Speak up. We know that we got to get Phil the mic,
Phil's a humble guy.
Can everyone hear me? No, line of credit requirements, it's very simple. It's very similar requirements to the working capital. You never know what you're going to get approved for. Some of the lenders might like, a certain business or profile better than others, but
is there a minimum FICO?
There is a minimum FICO of 660 right now for a line of credit.
For all line of credit across the board?
Yep.
Okay, so minimum FICO for a line of credit is 660. What about gross annual sales? Is there a minimum for gross annual sales?
That is about $10,000 a month, so $120,000 a year, and 660 FICO.
What about time in business? What's the lowest?
Business is 1 year time in business.
Okay, so minimum qualifications for a revolving line of credit: 1 year time in business, $120,000 in annual gross sales, and a 660 FICO. Now, I will say FICO gets tricky because everybody pulls a different report. So what I do when our lenders tell us that, hey, it's 660, I'll send everything pretty much as low as like a 610, because I can see a lot of times, depending on the bureau, there could be like a 50-point swing. So we might pull a 610, they might pull a 670.
Even if they paid a bill, right?
Exactly. They might have pulled the bill, paid a bill on the time.
Yeah, so somebody had an auto pay or something like that.
Yeah.
Boom. One thing I want to add in, the line of credit, there's soft pull on the credit. So even though there may be different scores, they are soft views, so there won't be hard inquiries, won't be getting a million calls. It'll be all.
So that's a great point. That's something very good for you guys to know. What percentage of the products that we offer, right, or the lenders that we work with, what percentage, and I know the answer to this, is a soft pull?
Pretty much all of them.
There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. They keep yelling at you to speak up.
You got to speak up, bro.
Yeah. Phil's on. Yeah. Hello.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Tapping the New York lottery. So what was I just saying?
You're talking about line of credit.
Line of credit.
Credit pull inquiry.
Oh, the credit pull. Yeah. So just so you know, any of your clients that you may be working with now that are interested in seeing options on the products that we offer, 99% of the products that we offer, in order to view the options, it's a soft credit pull. So we will not be dinging your client's credit in order to view options for them. So there's really no harm in seeing what's available. At the minimum, there's no harm in seeing what's, in seeing what's available.
And what's even cool about that, we didn't really get a chance to touch on this. I know we talked a lot about technology, but is the experience in actually receiving your approvals as a business owner, or even as a partner of ours that works with the business owners, right? We have created, again, proprietary technology that will view all of the offers that you have and put them into one actual calculator where you can go in and change the terms. That will then change the dollar amounts and the cost of the loan so that you can toggle back and forth between 50, 100, 150,000, or whatever it is that you've kind of qualified for. But instead of just giving you, hey, this is 1 or 2 strict approvals on, 6 months at 50,000 for, X percent or whatever the cost is, right? It really allows the user or the partner to go in and customize what it is that they're actually going to receive from us. So that's another great advantage, is it creates an environment where you're not saying, hey, does this work? Yes or no. It's how much actually works for your business.
And let's be perfectly blunt about that, right? Like, let's really summarize what Tony's saying right there. If you were to either refer your client or apply to another brokerage, that broker is going to go to lenders and try to get your client approved or get you approved. If they're successful in getting you approved, that broker is going to choose a few different options that they're going to present to you. Do you think that they're going to present you options that don't benefit them? Let that sink in. We do not pick and choose which options we show to our borrowers. Again, our reputation's on the line. We take all of the offers from the lenders that approve the deal. We put it in one URL that your client or yourself can open up, and then you can then, with the click of your mouse, drag around and see all different dollar amounts, different terms, different payment frequencies, see what your payment's going to be, so you could really back yourself into the best option for you. Don't let a broker summarize your offers and tell you what's right for you. You want to see all of your offers, and you want to choose what's best for you or what's best for your client. So that's a huge piece of technology that we built in 2022 that was really a game changer for us in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. We saw instantaneous change in the way that we were able to present our own offers. Even as we were going through final testing with that, as it started to go live, we were like, oh, wow, this is really great. The second version of it, though, where we've been able to share it with partners, has really been an awesome tool, especially for those that are a little bit more hands-on. If you work a little bit more closely with your clients, if you're somebody who might be like a CFO type or somebody who does understand how the numbers work in the business, it really is a competitive advantage to be able to have that ability to go in and customize the approvals.
Yeah, absolutely.
Candace did have one more question.
All right, last question, and then we'll wrap this up because we're a little over time.
All right. If clients want to purchase a truck, equipment financing, what are the qualifications?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to depend on, title, non-titled, right? I guess, in the type of truck and the year that it is. There's a lot that's going to go into what's going to be required to finance that particular, truck. What I will say, things to look out for is going to be credit, right? The stronger the credit, the probability will be that you need a lower down payment. The higher risk credit, you will probably need to have a larger down payment. So I would just go into it thinking that, right? Like, how is my borrower's credit score? Do they have money to put down? So strong credit, the ability to put money down, one or the other, either strong credit or the ability to put money down. Yes, there is plenty of products where there is no minimum revenue whatsoever. We don't offer startup working capital, but we can do startup equipment. If you're looking to start a construction company or start a transportation business and you want to finance your first piece of equipment and you're pre-revenue, but you have strong credit or you have money down, yes, we can assist in those scenarios.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, it is typically a little bit higher of a down payment for the younger businesses, right?
Correct.
Just because, again, it all bases off of risk. Right? When we were talking about risk earlier, the longer a business has been around, the less risky it is, right? You look at somebody's credit profile, if they've got one line item for the last 30 days and they paid it on time, they're going to have a high score, but the quality of the score really isn't great. But if there's somebody that, they may have had a ding or two here, but they have 25 years worth of credit history, you have a much more quality borrower on your hands. the business world works just the same,
Yep.
right? So when it comes down to it, they're looking at the quality of the borrower as well. So just keep that in mind when you're looking to submit those types of clients.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody, for joining here today. Thank you, everybody, for your continued support. We love seeing you guys at trade shows. Keep on coming up to us, shake our hand, introduce yourself. Candace, we too are hyped. In fact, we're hyped as fuck. So, you know, we're super passionate about this business. I'm sure you couldn't tell that by the way I've been screaming into the microphone for the past hour. We're dedicated. We love what we do. We're about this business. You know, as the great Miss Cooper once said, we love talking bank. So, you know, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything that you ever need from us, we're approachable. We want to have the conversation. We're welcoming. You know, try us out. You know, reach out to us, give us a call. We look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Again, thank you so much, Patrick Manning, Tony Cimino, Greg, Amendola, Phil LoMonaco. And really appreciate you guys.
Holidays, guys.
Yes, happy and healthy holidays. Wish everybody a happy new year. Don't call us in the first week of February because we're going on our President's Club trip.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys very much. Talk to you soon.